Hi there, welcome back to Still Waters ASMR. It's been a while since I did a video and I'm out working on the Croft and I thought I would do just a quick little update video. We are now in March, the days are getting longer, there's more daylight. I can feel the difference in my mental health. Here in Shetland, the days in the middle of winter are really short. Like, it doesn't get light till about 9 a.m. and then it's dark by 3. So we only get like 6 hours of daylight a day in the winter, and it's grim. And we've had cold and wet and wind, and it's just been horrible. We've had a really tough time with the sheep, trying to keep the sheep in good condition. Thankfully, we've only lost one so far this year. 2023. We lost a bunch in the autumn and the fall last year, but we've only lost one so far this year, and we're doing everything we can to keep it as like that. We've been working really hard with the sheep, trying to keep them in as best condition as possible, and I am out in the Lambie Hoose right now. I filmed out here before. This used to be a house, a little 2-bedroom house called a button bed, and now it's one big open space, and it is where we, in the winter time, where the lambs have got shelter. So it's in the middle of a big croft. Well, it's a fairly small croft, but it's one big field, and this little house is in the middle. And I'll show you around, because I've just been making a fresh bed for the sheep, and I've just fed them, so you might hear some sheepy eating sounds, ASMR, in the background. So yeah, it's been pretty flat out. I have been getting on with my studies. I'd studied 3 modules like last year, almost a year, well, over a year ago the first 2, and the other one was later in the year. But I hadn't got around to doing the final exams. So I did those 3 exams. I was able to do them remotely from home. Just do it online and you have to film yourself doing it and stuff. It was very odd. But I was able to do those, and they have now been done, and I have got my AATQB, which is the AAT bookkeeping membership. A sheep wanting to go over and say hi. And I wonder if it's wanting a drink of water. Hiya. What you up to? Do you want to come to the water? So cute. That's one of the little ones. So I finally got my bookkeeping certification. I now have a whole bunch more still to do. I've got several years. I thought I was kind of almost finished, but I've got several years more of studying and exams to do. It's in for the long haul, but it'll be worth it, because I'm aiming for chartered certified accountant. That is my big aim. But yeah, so in the next couple of years I'm hoping to get the full like accountant technician type, like become an accountant, and then work towards becoming a chartered accountant, which is like the professional qualification, because anybody can call themselves an accountant if you want to. But yeah, so that's been ploughing on, and been struggling a bit with my mental health, but picking away, and just been busy with sheep and a toddler. My toddler's been unwell, so we've had about 3 or 4 weeks of her not being well now. At the moment she's got a lingering cough, which has made it just a little bit challenging, because then she's not been sleeping well, we've not been sleeping well. It's been a bit tough, but she's better than she was. There was one day where she just clung to me, and it was just so unlike. She didn't talk, she didn't run around, she just clung to the front of me like a little monkey, and just nobody else would do. And it just broke my heart, because she's normally so active and busy and chatty, and poor pretty wife. So I've been busy in here. We've been getting ready for lambing time. So we are about 6 weeks away from lambing starting, I think. We should be starting like the second week of April. 5 or 6 weeks. So we have this weekend we caught all the yows who went to the ram the end of last year. So they'll hopefully all be pregnant, but there's a few that we don't think are, just by the shape and size of them. But we caught them all. We checked all their feet, trimmed their feet. We had foot rot in our flock earlier, so we were looking for that, and basically want them to have good feet before going into lambing, because you don't want them to be having sore feet and be lame at lambing time. So the feet are all in good condition. We wormed them, we spot-oned them, which is to treat against fleas and ticks and all that kind of bitey bugs. We will catch them again in a few weeks' time before lambing starts and give them a vitamin drench and which gives them a little bit of an extra boost. They've also got like vitamin licks and a salt lick out in the field as well, so they're getting as much vitamins. And we've now we've been feeding them haylage all through the winter to supplement the grass they've got, and now we're on to the last few weeks before lambing. They get nuts as well, which is like a concentrate feed, because as they get pregnant and the baby takes up more space in their stomach, because sheep are ruminating animals. They eat a lot of roughage and then they ruminate and bring it back up and chew it and swallow it again, and that takes up quite a lot of volume to be able to get all the nutrients out of the grass. As the lambs take up more space in the sheep's abdomen, it has less space for all of its other guts, and so they can't eat quite so much roughage. So to get the right, and of course their calorie requirement has increased because they are they're pregnant, they're growing a little life inside of them. So you give them a concentrate feed in the last few weeks, just to help them so that they're in the best condition, so that you want the yow to be thriving come lambing time, so they have a good thriving lamb born. The yow will hopefully have good colostrum and milk production, which is so, like, colostrum is like the key to everything at lambing time, getting that first colostrum. You want the good milk production for the lambs to get them off to a really, really good start. But you don't want to feed them too early, because if you feed them lots all winter, you end up, the lambs grow far too big, and then you get these complications at lambing time with the really big lambs that you have to like intervene constantly to help get them out, and it can cause major problems. So it's finding that balance between not overfeeding the sheep but making sure they're getting what they need. And we've got mineral and salt licks out for them, which they've been tucking into, so they obviously need it. This year my plan is to do soil and grass analysis and look to see what the trace elements we've got on the land is, and at the moment we'll kind of just throw fertiliser down and we'll just kind of give them vitamins and stuff. But I would like to do some sampling this year. That's my plan, is to do some soil sampling, some grass sampling, and maybe even some blood sampling in the sheep, to really get a better picture of what the nutrient balance is here in the soil and in the grass, and then we can then know more intelligently what we're targeting. We're also going to start doing fecal egg counts with the worms, and start looking to be more intelligent with our worming as well. We've wormed everything already though, because we've had a really mild winter, and we had a lot of the lambs got the scour, and that's why we lost one. So because we've been having issues, we've just wormed everything so that a good starting point, and then throughout the year we'll be doing tests to see how our egg count is, how the worm burden in the sheep is doing. So it's a lot to learn. I actually went on a course a few months back in January, which was all about calculating how much concentrate feed to feed your sheep. Are you coming to say hello? Hi. Hi, sweet pea. Are you wanting water? Yeah, I thought it was wanting a drink of water. The way it was looking at me and kind of looking at the side. So, but yeah, so I'm currently sitting out in the Lambie Hoose. So these are last year's lambs. So they're coming up for a year old. And they have been in this field. There's a big field outside. And I'll not step outside because there'll be wind noise. We're nice and sheltered in here, so I could do a video. My husband was wondering where I went. He came out here and I've disappeared. So I will show you what we've got. So I'm currently sitting in one half. I'll turn the camera around. So we have got the doorway here is sort of like halfway down the building. And there's actually a bit of a step because this side is concrete and down there is just like earth floor. So there is actually a step. And we've got nets hung up on the sides of the walls to hold. This is haylage. It's halfway between silage and hay. So you cut the grass, you leave it out to dry for about 3 to 5 days, and then you bale it. So it's partially dried, but it's richer than hay, but not as acidic and rich as silage. And you can see the old fireplace there. We've got a feeding trough. There's also one outside. I'll be going to feed the sheep. They're nuts. The lambs have been getting nut feed as well because they're in quite poor condition. These ones are looking quite good. I mean, this is little Fatty McFat Pants here. That is our caddy lamb from last year. And he is just a chunk. Which we need to kill an animal to give to our neighbours. And yeah, he's currently looking like a forerunner, which makes me sad because I do love him. And then up there, there's like, this is all stuff that's been there for like, before my husband took over this croft. It's been here for decades. We've got oars, we have wicker baskets, we've got a butter churn. We've got a basket with cork floats. There's a car battery there because there is a light up in the roof for in the winter time when you come out to feed them, but I think the light's broken. And that's extra straw up there. We strung a ladder up over there so we could hang some hay up, or some straw, sorry. So we've got, and there's just random wood. We could build something with it. So yeah, so there's 2 windows. There's one window here and there's one window over there on that side. And then we've got 2 skylights up in the roof. There's one there and then there's one up behind me. When my husband redid the roof, he well, you can see that used to be on a boat. Yeah, when he redid the roof, he put some skylights in. It just brings a bit more light in, which is really handy, especially on a day like today. So that side is the eating area. Oi, boys, behave. And then this side here, I'll stand up and hopefully they won't charge around. And then you'll see what I've been sitting on. And then over this side, look at that lovely bed. So we've just got some random logs on this side, and then there's 2 pallets here. And it's a deep litter bed that we've got going on. So we put straw down, they lie in it and poop in it and make a mess of it, and then it compacts down, and then we put more straw on top, and we'll just dig it all out in the summer. I mean, you can see this is what it's like underneath. It's just like solid poop basically, with some straw mixed in. Go get darlings. Oh, there we go. But it's a nice thick bed for them. Oh, that one's going outside. Hello, sweet pea. So this one here, this lady here, hello, number 26. She is the one last year who broke her leg. She broke this back leg here. And you would never know looking at her now. Hello, sweet pea. She's like, I'm going to go follow the rest. But with more dignity and grace. But she's looking fantastic. And you'd never know she broke her leg. She's looking really good. But it's meant to snow like overnight into tomorrow. So I wanted to make sure they had a lovely nice warm bed in here before the snow comes, so they can come in, and we just leave this door open, and then there's some buckets of water there, and we leave the door open and they can come in and go. They can come and go to their little heart's content. Yeah, it's just an old shed. That's some old barrel stays. Used to be barrels up there. The problem with crofters and farmers is we never want to throw anything away because it might come in useful. So you'll see all sorts of weird stuff lying around. But yeah, so this is, look at that lovely bed. So it's space for them all to come inside and get warm. And I said over here, I mean, this is, I know there's not much of a step there. There used to be a good foot or two drop there, and now it's pretty level. So I'll have my job cut out for me come summertime digging this out. I was actually digging out while pregnant. They're being really more flighty than normal because we wormed them in here the other day. So they're thinking, oh gosh, they're going to chase after me and grab me and put horrible tasting stuff down my throat. But don't worry, darlings, we're not going to do that. Look at that one. His eyes are half closed. That's him sitting. They're all chewing the cud. They're so cute. I'll be sad to see these crossed ones going. They are cute animals, but we'll just be sticking with the Shetlands because they're more suited to the climate up here. But I'm going to go because I have more animals to feed, including give these ones some nuts. But yeah, I just thought I'd do, since it's a calm day and I don't have anywhere else I desperately need to be. Well, when I get back I have to help my husband clean the cars, and I don't want to do that. But I was aware it's been a while since I did a video, so I thought I'd do a wee video update with you guys. But yeah, you guys take care. I hope you're all keeping well. I hope the weather wherever you are is being kind to you. I just, yeah, wish you all well, and take care, and I'll hopefully see you sometime soon. Bye bye.